We're live.
Scooch all the way back.
I think we're good,
We're
man.
live.
You're in, and said we're in.
Sweet.
We're just trying to, fortunately, all the questions are on there.
He's logged in, isn't he?
Can you get them from mine?
We're having some technical difficulties here.
No, you're not.
If you are watching,
Hit us with a question while we work this out.
yeah, we've had a little bit of bad luck around here.
Or good luck. Now you get 11.
Yeah.
Don't tell your wife.
I could be an Instagram pro now.
Professional photographer at least.
So this little button right here. Sorry guys, we know we're live, but we're a little challenged as far as this goes. Oops.
Save password. We're in like Flynn. All right, now we can do this.
Welcome back to season 6 live. It's our
Third one?
third one.
You'd think we're getting better at this, but
No.
no.
Well, Jay's not here. He does all this smart stuff.
All right.
Well, give us some time. People will be queuing
So-
in here.
Here's your brother-in-law.
Is that Wes?
Oh. Yep.
That is really small. You're gonna see us like zooming in to try to see the words on there.
Your Alaska bush plane pilot just chimed in.
Yep. So where did we end up with the last live? How many hunts have gone by? We've got a couple Arizona elk
I
hunts.
think, yeah, and then we got up to maybe Josh's.
Okay.
And the no cursing in the 90-yard shot or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got Chase's 2 elk hunts, Arizona and New Mexico.
Yep. Cheers, Kyle.
We got
Is that Yarish?
2 Utah hunts and then also Ike's Bull.
Mike and Ike?
Yep.
The dynamic duo?
Bella. Got the old lab
Sending.
coming in here.
The best content you guys have produced yet.
Don't shoot, shoot. Sending.
Yeah, that was good. So we just wanted to address some questions about the last few hunts, these elk hunts. Sam and I had Utah deer tags, so had some questions on those, and then just other questions in general. So thanks for hopping on. And
We got a few more weeks and episodes coming up. I think we got
yeah,
5 more maybe.
yeah. Tuesday's Texas Aoudad.
Texas Tuesday.
Yep, back in Texas again, hunting some sheep, and then man, how can we read these questions?
I wonder if we can make it like go this way.
Sorry guys, we tried to
Oh,
put
that
this
way,
on a
that way they don't go away, so they'll just stay there.
hot ass Phoenix, 116 today. Ooh, that's brutal.
That's a barn burner.
Man, it was like 88 here, and it was brutal.
That
Until
humidity
it-
spiked
until
up
it
about
rained.
4%, and everybody freaked out.
Chase,
Felt like Nebraska for a minute.
yeah, look at that sucker.
But yep, Mexico Coos Deer's coming up, Raymond. We got I don't know how many episodes, maybe 3 Coos Deer episodes this year. So that'll be coming up after Texas and after. Are you doing a late elk hunt?
We'll see.
Possibly.
Possibly. We can
And
come
you
up,
should.
come up with enough footy.
It was the only most beautiful elk hunt you could have. in
Yeah, it
Arizona.
wasn't for the lack of a great elk
Yeah.
hunt. It was just lack of footy because we were too busy hunting
Right.
or getting stuck in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of sick footy for the boys.
Nobody pulled sheep tags or deer tags.
Yep, we got one buddy with a sheep tag.
Yeah, I take that back. We do have one buddy with a sheep tag. So.
Who just happened to, his daughter killed a
Just
bull yesterday, didn't
Yep.
talk about perseverance of patience.
Yeah.
Good
No.
job, Maddie.
No Aoudad in New Mexico.
No. All right, so a couple of questions that we had from Instagram. We'll just start blowing through them. First one, I think probably to address right off. Dave O'Connell wants to know, Unit 10 early archery bull, any tips? Yep. Dave, you need to change that in for a Unit 8 tag and then shoot one at Arizona.
Yeah, Smiley Dave will figure it out real quick there.
Let's see. kind of
Finally,
boots?
Dave, I hope you got into some of those Dots pretzels we were talking about.
Yeah. What kind of boots are you guys wearing this season? Say, generally a mix of Salewas, crispy, and maybe some Sportiva.
Yeah,
You still have a
whatever.
pair of Loa? Or you got
I do have a pair of Loa boots.
whatever fits good.
Yeah,
Whatever's on sale.
these days we're running some more crispies than we have been. Those guys support the hunting community, where a lot of these other boots companies, they make great boots. And we don't advise not to use them. I mean, use whatever fits your foot, but,
Definitely support companies that support what we do.
yep.
Let's see. In New Mexico, have you guys ever hunted archery muzzleloader, or only are there any benefits over the top rifle units? Like
Benefit
you-
of archery is,
Season dates.
yeah, the rut for sure.
September is awesome.
You know, and even in New Mexico, that muzzleloader hunt, you're getting
Little jump on the board.
yep, you're getting a couple days of rut through there. So, yes, the problem is like most states is rifle hunts are easier to draw, and muzzleloader and archery just get harder as you go down. So,
You know, it used to be guys would rather hunt with a rifle because you can shoot farther. But nowadays, everybody's figured out that, hey, we can go get good at muzzleloading and get good at archery and have better season dates. So there's a premium on those tags for sure
yeah.
in every state.
Yep.
But I think any elk tag that you get in New Mexico is a good one. So pick your weapon and pick your dates and hope you get drawn. Any tips for getting drawn? No. And that question was twofold for Arizona and New Mexico. Arizona, you just got to wait your turn. You
Yeah.
got to get lucky on the early draw, or you build points and wait,
How many
or you take subpar units.
How many points are you at for elk right now?
I'm at 11, but I've got less luck than Chase. So
Yeah, but you've had one elk tag.
yeah, we went well on that.
Yeah, you just gotta wait your turn.
Yep.
You know, you just have to apply. New Mexico has a system to where you get 3 choices, and they just go through those. And if you get drawn, you get drawn. If not, you're out. But I always say use the first 2 choices as high-end hunts, you know, the harder to draw hunts, and use your third choice as something with better odds. Most of the time that's going to mean harder hunts and less success, but better draw odds. So, I mean, if you're a resident of New Mexico, put a freaking cow hunt as third choice, but if you're a non-resident, I know you want to just go for bulls, so put a late rifle hunt with better odds. That's all I can say.
Armando Mata wants to know, Chase, what state do you prefer hunting in?
Whichever one will give me a tag. That's
Which most of the time is New Mexico.
yeah. I've kind of got the New Mexico thing figured out as far as putting that lower tier unit as a third choice, and there's a luck factor involved there. So we're gonna have to catch up with these questions too.
OTC bull hunts.
What's up, Jim?
Just went away again.
Yeah, how do those stay up there? We're gonna have to catch up on those.
Are the OTC bull hunts that are open right now in AZ worth the hunt? If you live in one of those units and you know that the elk are in your backyard, yes.
I've never hunted.
If you're like us and it's a couple hours away and we don't know the units that well and where the elk are at right then, it's a stretch to go hang out in the desert right now. But
Dry years are easier than wet years.
we see plenty of friends that do good on them every year. Somebody asked, is that Chris Kloster wants to know how are those monsoons looking in southern AZ. I don't know about southern AZ. I've seen that they've gotten a little bit of rain in different places, but we're up here in Flagstaff and it rained yesterday and rained today. Really, really good. So cooled it off nice.
Relative humidity's up. Monsoons are here.
Jim asked who got the Arizona Elk tag, and that was Kevin. So
I think if you just slide up, it stays there.
yeah, Mr. Kevin got it.
Yeah.
He was out scouting this weekend, so if you're on our Instagram page and saw the antelope photos, that's from Mr. Passmore.
So, all right, here's a question about our Utah hunts. Obviously, elk, wildly popular for everybody, but you can actually get drawn for a Utah deer hunt, so we'll talk about that for a second. The early rifle season in Utah, our bucks timbered up or transitioning to winter ground. So in the unit that I had, they did not have the early rifle season. They only added that in some units, but they did add it in yours. You hunted it 2 years ago, right?
I did. I killed a buck in there 2 years ago, and I would say they were in that transition area. They were coming off the higher stuff, moving into the desert, but they, you know, they're not quite out there in the sage, out there in the flats. They're in those thicker junipers and pinyons and stuff that, I mean, you know, that the transition stuff's just thicker and they're moving through it. And if you can find kind of an area where there's some trails and a good corridor, that's where I'd be. That was my experience, is they were moving, and we didn't see the same buck twice, I don't think, so.
Brody wants to know any advice for early 12B West mule deer. Well, great tag. Just got a little fire. Honestly, none of us have seen it since the fire, so hard to really guess, but glass your butt off, because chances are you're going to be able to see a lot further this year.
Yeah.
Did that stretch over into 12B?
It went all the way north, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the buckskin stuff up there.
Okay.
I mean, the 12B far west is always kind of open already, so continue glassing. But I think that northern end that wasn't real glassable might be now. So
Yeah.
good luck.
I've always heard that early hunt is weather dependent. I mean, there's resident deer, but
If you get an early frost and snow
if you
on
get
it.
an early cold spell, it could be really good. So 36B whitetail hunt this year in late October. Tips for that? Well, take some sunscreen. And no, those late October hunts down there, they can be awesome, but
Why'd it go away?
take advantage of the first hour and the last hour for sure. I mean, it can be hot there, but if you scout a little bit and you find some deer, they're not going to move far. That early stuff for those coos deer, they're living in one area, so just glass hard.
Are you guys using mechanicals for elk? If so, which kind?
Josh was.
I don't know what he uses. I'm gonna be using those Evolution broadheads this year, the hybrids. They're not full.
What'd you shoot last year?
Same, but I only had one archery tag, so.
I shot my buck with mechanical. Shot my elk with mechanical, and my archery stuff with mechanical, same one. There's definitely moments where I don't trust them, but they kill really well. They leave big holes, lots of blood. So
I just use whatever Harkey and Maverick tell me to use.
if they point at the one at Bull Basis, they use this one. That's the
Whatever
one we
the Bull
use.
Basin guys say. Guide recommendations for Mexico coos. Our buddy Victor, he does a great job. We book with him every year, so shoot us a message, we'll get you his info. It's where we kill all our deer.
I think we're catching up on them all from Instagram. So drew a 22 coos deer tag in November.
Nice.
Keep the tag or turn it in,
Keep it.
dude.
Yeah,
Tag in your pocket. Get after it.
that's right.
It's a, and obviously that question was related to the burn, but none of us have seen it. But I doubt all the deer left the unit, so it's not a unit-wide fire.
That might be point
Point guard.
indicative too.
Yeah, if you burned a bunch of points on it, maybe. But go check it out. If we get some good monsoon and get some grass growing, you never know.
Joseph says, quit recommending New Mexico. You know, the thing is us
You
not.
quit recommending New Mexico. There's 0 coos deer leftover tags this year.
Yeah, the thing is the non-resident tags don't affect anybody but us. What caliber am I shooting? 28 Nosler mostly. Sometimes a Creed more. These things keep going away.
Yeah, it's like they're right there. We see the question and they disappear. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing with New Mexico is the quota's the quota. You know,
And it's low.
you get some New Mexico residents that don't like the non-resident stuff, but in the end it's a quota. We only get so many tags. You know, it's not like we don't get a majority of the tags. I mean, guys can buy landowner tags, and that's a whole other fight that these guys gotta fight. But As far as like public draw tags, we get 6% of them, so. And if we talk about New Mexico and hunting New Mexico, we're just adding to that 6% pool that we already fight for. So
We're not adding to the other, 89%
Yeah.
of the guys and residents getting to.
Yeah. But in the end, the more people in the sport, the better, you know, so.
Here's a real serious question.
Okay.
Josh's beard regimen. We need to know it. Oil, no oil, conditioner, what's up?
He uses oil and
He
conditioner.
is very, very dedicated to it.
Yeah, he uses both, for sure. I don't know what products he uses, but I've seen him in there.
He needs a sponsorship,
I'm
nonetheless.
pretty sure he's gonna pipe in here and let us know.
Yeah,
So,
but,
well,
I'm pretty sure it's like 75% man,
yeah,
25%.
testosterone.
Yeah, 25% pig grease.
these things keep going away. Cheers.
Koozie Outdoors wants to know, anybody draw any Koozie deer tags this year? I guess we're all gonna try for the 105 leftovers, but that's it, so.
Any plans on archery coos deer, maybe Mexico? Well, I just put a couple cameras out for some coos deer in Arizona, so might do a little archery coos hunting around here.
Could started
This-
putting in for elk in Yuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the paper.
Yeah.
That was a lost elk for sure. He was looking for the promised land and did not find it.
Come out of the Wallabies,
Yeah.
just due south on the river.
I mean, that's 300 miles due south.
How do they show up in Mesa?
I guess.
Brandon says, who has shot the biggest bull to date?
Sam.
No, I think Chase gets it this year.
Well, this year, but what's Kevin's biggest one? It's got to be 370. I don't know. Mine's
I think, yeah,
374 or 376.
mine's 366.
Is that it?
Thanks, bud.
It looked 20 inches bigger.
I'm a grower, not a shower. It's all right.
Daryl wants to know
I put it in a real small room.
any overseas hunts coming to Alaska. See how this COVID stuff goes, but I'd like to go shoot a deer on Sitka. Quit going away. What units have you been scouting for archery deer?
11M.
11.
Jason and I went for a bike ride this afternoon. We didn't see any, but we called it a scouting mission.
Yeah,
So
we did. What pack?
Stone Glacier.
Yeah, Raymond wants to know what pack for backpack and doing packing out. We use Stone Glacier packs. Most recently, I've been using the 5900.
That's what I use.
So-
Sky Archer.
It's a good balance between a day pack and
It
I
gets
don't know.
little and it gets big.
a multi-day. You can stretch that thing out or you can cinch it down. So that's a good one. The Solo is also a good one. But yeah, all of our packs are Stone Glacier. And
Good guys too.
Yep, good guys. Great product. Their packs are made in the U.S. That's pretty awesome.
I think we hit all the questions there. So
All right, Sam. Give us a little rundown of your Utah video for people that haven't seen it, that need to go see it.
everybody, yeah, we've got two videos up. Chase and I both put videos up this week from our Utah hunts. We both drew the dedicated deer tag up there for the last 3 years, and we put in on separate applications, but for the same unit. 3 years ago, I put a second choice, and I drew it. So Chase on one side of the state, I'm on the other side of the state, but we were hunting the same seasons, and basically you can hunt with that tag the seasons that are open. So you can hunt archery when archery's open, muzzleloader when muzzleloader's open, early rifle if your unit has it, and late rifle, general rifle when if you're still hunting. So what was that one? So I hunted mostly the archery hunt, just time of year worked with my schedule. I think Chase and I are probably both guilty of this, but when you know you have the tag for 3 years and you can hunt all the seasons, you let everything else dictate your schedule, and then you kind of go up to Utah. It's about a 6-hour drive for us from here. And we went on just turn and burn weekend trips sporadically throughout those 3 years. And I did go one weekend on the rifle hunt the first year, and I did not see a buck that I wanted to shoot. So
Temperature has a play with that too. The
Going-
high elevation,
yeah,
is
going to
just
high
beautiful
alpine
mountains.
in August
Great
is
weather.
just the best. So
Yeah.
I saw lots of bucks every year, got lots of action every year. Self-filming's a little tough, but archery hunting's tougher. We gave it heck for 3 good years, and I killed 1 good buck out of it. So go watch that video. Cornbread made a guest appearance on that one. He was my good luck charm. We were trying to train him up on this whole camera deal because he just leaves it in the truck.
Yeah, you guys think Josh is not PC. Wait till you see the uncuts from me.
Yeah, the uncuts from Eric though is him running with the camera on record, but the lens cap is on, and he's just swearing like just pissed. This is not working.
Hey, it worked out one time.
He knows which way to hold the phone this time though. So
We had a couple Arizona questions here.
11M. Shh.
So
Golf course bowls.
is anyone, Jacob wants to know if anyone's going out in August for archery.
I think we all are.
We all are going to try. Since we didn't draw tags, we will. Ruben wants to know, do you think with the popularity, oh, it went away. Do you think with the popularity in AZ the last few years that archery coups will be a draw soon? I do. I think
It's
so.
inevitable. Yeah.
So with the limited number of leftover tags this year, it's just going to keep getting more popular, and archery will go to a draw. But what you will see for several years, there's going to be a bunch of leftovers. So the guys applying for them for rifle tags, trying to get what they want, they won't apply for the archery, and it will go to a leftover list. And you may or may not have to pick a unit, but you will have to apply
Yeah,
for an archery
they
tag.
might group them.
You will have to apply for an archery tag as a leftover. So it's just, I mean,
That's speculation, but
Yeah.
I mean we don't have any intel on that.
No.
But it's just the way the world goes.
Yeah, as the pressure becomes greater, it's inevitable that you're going to have to monitor it somehow.
Absolutely.
more people get into it, the more tags you have to have, and there's only so much wildlife, so it's gonna happen.
We need to start putting more YouTube out where we don't kill anything.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
right now everybody thinks it's glory
Hey.
days.
You and I can handle that.
Yeah, that's my side of it.
Hey, what are your thoughts on 6B?
Oh, don't go. There's no elk.
That fire last year was interesting. It really shut down the unit. Eric, you were in there. I mean,
It was brutal. They had
It just smoked
upwards
out.
of 40% of the unit closed, and 40% of that unit held the elk. The concentration of camps and hunters in that north part of 6B was embarrassing. I had close friends from Kansas come out.
What's up, Victor?
They slated 2 weeks to be out here. They hunted for 7 days. They packed their stuff up and they left.
you could kind of equate it in the last year's scenario though, to where it was like hunting a metro unit, where you were hunting in the neighborhood.
Literally.
Like the elk were pushed as close to town as they could get because of the fire. The
Yeah.
people were pushed as close to town as they could get because of the fire.
Yeah, exactly. So
So-
your weekenders, instead of being spread out another 20 or 30 miles south, were
Really
on top of each
concentrated.
other. So you were having to negotiate the fruit pickers, the picnickers, and the you know what lickers with the elk hunters, and it wasn't a great
Bucket quotes
dynamic.
coming together.
Yeah.
It was tough, and I know guys did well. We had our opportunities, but it was crowded, and 6B always is crowded.
Yeah.
But it's an easy to draw unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you draw that hunt, you're taking on the handicap of knowing that you're close to town, you're close to all the picnickers and campers,
Yeah.
and it could produce just like any single unit above the rim and below the rim in Arizona. It's got good elk potential, but you're signing up for dealing with people.
There's another question. Kaylin says, stay safe on the line. Thanks, brother. You too. Y'all mess around with spring bear out west? Corey wants to know.
In Arizona, it's a draw for the most part up where we're at. We could go some places, and
Yeah, there's only a couple tags up here.
short answer is none of us have drawn it.
Nope,
So,
I have 7 or 8 points for bear.
As do I.
Yep, so,
That's more of a Cole question.
yeah,
yeah, I think he's the only one who's done a spring bear hunt.
yep. I personally never killed a black bear, so, have you guys?
No.
No bear hunters around here. Alright, what camera, stop going away. What camera brand model do you use to film your hunts?
Everything from an iPhone 7 to Jay's new Sony 4K
There's
G.
we use a bunch of different ones. If I'm recommending one, if you're getting into it, we've recommended this for a couple of years, so there could be an updated version, but a Sony AX53 is a great all-around.
That's more of a camcorder than a camera,
Yep.
but does still pictures and
Yep.
does great video. Has stabilized and
Yeah, if you have a cell phone and an AX53, you can film your hunts.
Yep.
And you could probably get into those, you already have a cell phone, so you could get into that fairly cheap, and you could find a free editing software.
other cameras we used was the full gamut of Sony mirrorless cameras. We've got 6300, 6500, A7 II, A7 III. Do we have an A7 IV? Or
No.
is it a new one? No, just 3. We've got the Sony RX100s, the GX. That's all.
Enough about 6P.
Picnickers.
Yep.
And we've got 8 tags in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it this year? Only 8?
Yeah. Well, 2 of them drew Unit 9 early archery bull tags.
Oh,
But for camera wise, get you to that 11, and anybody can do it, including me.
Yep. Victor says, what's up? Hey, Victor. Tips for Colorado elk.
OTC. Well, that one we need to get Cole on.
Yep.
Cole's not here.
None of us are familiar with that, so sorry.
I got a bunch of points in Colorado, but have not gone up there on the OTC elk hunt yet.
I hunt private land up there, so I don't do any
Whoa,
OTC.
whoa, whoa! Listen here, country club.
Got a question on what whiskey we're drinking tonight.
Gluten free.
A little bit of
Actually,
makers.
let's have a little snort.
Yeah.
Too much talking, not sipping.
I know. Yeah, Colorado.
Connor says,
OTC.
great season, guys. Thank you. Does feel good. Like we actually, starting with Jay, we all had our act together and everybody videoed and everybody put together a bunch of good content. So
Yeah, where is Jay? Is he running a try or something? What's he doing?
Yep, he's down there in Phoenix sweating his ass off.
Idiot.
Yeah, I think that catches us up.
Connor says, great season. Thank you,
Yeah.
Connor. Appreciate it.
Other than Roosevelt Lake, where else would you recommend for duck? Ooh. So you jump in your truck.
DM us.
You
Let's
ju-
do
jump,
that.
jump in your truck,
Drive to Kansas.
drive to Kansas, and if that sucks, keep going and like
Western
Nebraska.
And then on your way back, hit Western Texas. Hopefully Chase and I will be there this fall at some point,
Yeah,
closer to Christmas.
yeah. Hit us up on the TMP_waterfowl page and we'll
Yeah.
chat about it. So
New page. These guys are training a new pup. Gonna hit the waterfowl pretty hard this year. I mean, Cornbread's done waterfowl for years, and
I've got a
one trick
mallard
pony.
tattooed from here to here. We'll save that for later.
No, that's Lance. I would though. No, if you're looking for waterfowl, DM us. We'll talk about it in more depth. But honestly, we're to the point with our numbers. We have to travel. We've got to go someplace
Yeah.
where there's masses of birds. We've got a young stud dog that Sam's training, where he's going to be a machine. And if it doesn't work out here, you've got to go where the birds are, and we just don't have the concentration. I know the boys out west are going to hate this, but go to the Colorado over in the west. They hold the most birds in the winter. If not, you can follow us to Kansas and Nebraska.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see some more videos like that coming out this year. Little mixed bag hunts,
Yep.
hopefully.
somebody says grab some crown apple. Never tried
That stuff's dangerous.
it. Is it?
Oh,
Have you
The
ever
gas station told me that the other day.
done Mexico mule deer? In fact, yeah, this
Chased
year
it?
I shot my first mule deer down there this year.
It's not that one. It's a different
He's up on the wall. I have to get you a picture of him, but
one. Drink tequila.
yeah,
There you
it's,
go.
it's a different kind of hunt down there. But man, those muleys are cool. Chocolate horn, desert muleys. Yeah,
Somebody said, you want to know if we're building a P300 PRC yet? I think Chase and I, we got a couple 28 nozzlers and we sure do love them, but I don't know, I've got a new action coming this year. 300 PRC
see.
could be cool.
could be in the mix.
You will find us not being that caliber specific. We love them all.
Another question: what's your favorite hunt in the lower 48? Cornbread.
Arizona ducks for this guy.
No, I like big mondo wads of waterfowl in western Texas or central Kansas.
He said big game. Try again.
Oh, he said big
He
game?
didn't
Oh,
specify.
pardon me.
He just
I'm
said,
just
he just
teasing.
said
That,
he just
it's a no-brainer in Arizona for me. I moved from the Midwest. I came to Arizona because there was elk. You get a September archery elk hunt, I don't care what unit it's in, it's the best hunt of the year.
yeah.
It's cliche to say it, but sheep hunt's fun because you're the only one doing it. It's the opposite of an elk hunt when you got 400 people literally camped next to you.
Yeah.
And chasing the same 3 bulls.
But that said, you don't get those tags very often, so I pretty much enjoy any tag I can get.
Yeah, lower 48 for me would be elk. Just fills the freezer. It's a fun animal to hunt. It's a lot of work to get them out, and the payoff is pretty awesome. So
You guys have grown up in elk country, but I didn't.
I didn't.
Oh,
He's a
pardon me, you're
Texas
Texas
boy.
boy, that's right, but you did.
Yeah.
The first time you have an
Big
elk
yellow
slobber,
billboards, just nasty, smelly things. Come
the
on.
first time you have an elk slobber in your face at 5-6 yards, it doesn't matter if it's a big bull or not, it's life-changing.
It's got a duck boat.
There you go.
We're in.
DM us. We got
TM
inner tubes. That's it.
TMP
Yeah, I
Waterfowl.
hope you're from Utah.
Yes,
We're
Sam.
coming, we're coming.
Sam reloads. There's a 28 nozzler question.
What do we have there?
Do you reload or factory ammo?
No, most of it's all reload stuff. Most of us are shooting Berger 195s behind a couple different powders.
I got Retumbo. Are you doing H1000?
I'm doing H1000. I've also had good luck with Reloader 26, and you can actually find Reloader 26 and H1000. So when that's out, Chase is going to switch because there's no Retumbo in the world.
I still have 6 pounds of it, so that'll get me through 3 more elk hunts.
That's right. So
I wanted to touch a little bit on my Utah deer hunt too. If you guys watched this latest episode, I don't know if any of you have ever run into this, but those rifle hunts can get a little crowded. There's a lot of tags, there's a lot of deer, so
there's
Utah
one
has,
for everybody.
yeah, Utah has more deer than I've ever seen. But went on this hunt. Jay and I had hunted a couple days with Trevor Davenport, and we had a few tags in camp, and we're hunting kind of the same general area but spread out. And Jay and I went off to this ridge looking for some deer, and about the time we sat down to glass, we heard a gunshot, and it clearly connected with something, a deer. So we're glassing for 10 more minutes, and this deer comes around the ridge, and he's limping. It's hitting the leg, and we didn't get enough film to like portray the story. So that's, if you did watch this is why I'm kind of explaining it to you. But I ended up shooting this deer and finishing it off, and afterwards the guy comes around the ridge and he's looking for this deer. So I went out there and I met him, and he was stoked to see the deer down, and he was leaving that evening, so he was pumped to get it, and there wasn't any arguing, anything going on. I would have tagged the deer. I would have been happy to tag the deer myself and take it home, but he had the first bullet in it and he was looking for it, so that's how it worked out. I ended up not getting a buck, but I'd shot one the year before, so it wasn't a big deal, and was happy to help the guy out and
Yeah, gentleman's
get his deer.
agreement.
So
Yeah. When you get in a deal
Yeah.
like that, you're glad the guy's following it. I mean, honestly, we've seen some squirrely stuff out in the woods where guys don't follow them hard enough, and so.
yeah, and Jay and I watched that deer for a good while, hoping someone was trying to shoot him or get another round in, do something, but we didn't see anything. So that's when I decided I would be happy to put my tag on it and put it out of its misery. And right after that's when the guy showed up, and
All worked out.
yeah, it all worked out. So
Had it been 50 inches bigger, it'd have been a different story.
nah, I don't know.
No,
man.
same deal.
No, I'd have done the
Hopefully,
same.
now that good folks up there.
I'd have done the same.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's what I ran into, was just an overwhelming amount of people. It seemed like overwhelming, but I ran into guys every single time I went out, and I was literally spiking out some nights, and you run into guys and they'd help you spot a deer. I mean, it wasn't I had one guy literally, he was scouting. He was like, oh, I'm gonna hunt the next hunt. I'm not gonna hunt this hunt. He had the dedicated tag, but he wasn't even carrying his bow. And he helped me. He's like, there's a buck right there. And I was like, yeah, that's the one I just missed. Wait a second, it's still there? And he spotted that buck while I went and missed it again, so.
Yeah, everybody's out there for the same reason.
Yeah.
We had several people on your hunt, and everybody was cordial. Everybody was looking different areas.
Yeah.
We had a few elk hunters in the mix, had a few deer hunters, and it worked out nice.
Yep.
Let's see.
Sure. Hardest hunt and why?
That late rifle elk hunt isn't as easy as everybody
No,
thinks.
it's not.
If you're local, you understand, but
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you go on it every year, it's like,
unless you get a canyon unit or a mountain unit, that late rifle hunt for me can be as hard as any of them.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
and they're all in units that have a ton of elk too. So you know they're there. They're just, they're not moving, they're not mobile. They're holed up underneath some cedar tree and you just gotta find that cedar tree.
Yeah.
But
It's a,
an
it's
archery
a,
coos deer hunt has got to be.
yeah, I mean, as far as like
Yeah,
just
for
getting,
sure.
getting in the right position and
Yeah.
making all the things come together, yeah.
For sure.
That's got to be the hardest.
Archery coos and archery antelope, yeah. It just goes so skittish and aware and jumpy and alert.
I've never drawn an antelope tag, so I don't know.
Some of those, I'd say late rifle elk is some of the harder hunts. One, finding the elk. Two, when you find them, most of the time it's a long shot.
Yeah, you're 1,400 yards from
across
them,
the
so.
canyon. And three, where they die is never easy.
Yeah, it's life changing.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, if you're from out of state and you think you're going to come to Arizona and kill an elk in accessible terrain, if it's in that late season, it's probably not going to happen.
Oh, before what?
dude, my fingers not.
Before the champ hunts, okay.
You would think disabled would get a sooner crack.
So,
go ahead.
the champ hunts for, somebody's asking about champ hunts in Arizona, so that's for somebody who's disabled, physically disabled. And they basically change some of the rules or remove some of the rules and give some leeway to an individual who's disabled physically. Where I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it gives you a little bit more leeway about being able to shoot, say, from a ranger,
A vehicle. Uh-huh.
It lets somebody else, if you hit an elk, say and that elk dives off in a canyon that you're physically not capable of going in, it allows you to have a designated like helper to go get that elk for you,
Yeah, to
because
tag it for you.
because usually you have to be the one tagging the elk. There's some things like that, but they're great hunts. My brother's done a few of them. I personally have only ever been on one, but
And I think the question was,
there's a bunch of hunts before and a bunch of hunts after. So is it a good season day, right? That's
right,
kinda,
yep. Mm-hmm.
There's the early one, the weather's favorable.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not difficult. The elk haven't been overly pressured.
yeah, they're not quite in their winter ground yet.
Yeah, you can still see elk from the limited access.
But I think the best part about it in Arizona, there's few tags, there's low tag numbers, so you have low pressure. They're hard to draw because there's a lot of people out there buying for them or applying for them.
Yeah.
But when you get it, man, it's a few and like 40 people.
Yeah, the thing is with those hunts, there are a few tags, so I honestly think that the requirements for it should be a little more strict.
I don't want you to be able to like, well, I twisted my knee, I got a limp now. No,
Yeah.
I want them to be like legitimately necessary, needing people.
Yeah, for
there's
sure.
a lot of gray area there.
Yeah,
I would suggest for the champ hunt, if there's anybody that's immobile or can't do something, if they can handle a crossbow, I would take the crossbow aspect over the champ hunt.
yeah.
And that doesn't work for everybody. If you're 80 years old, and
Sure.
which I know 80-year-olds that have had the champ hunt and were successful, but
You know, there's a lot of things you can take into consideration. You know, you've got the general public and those archery hunts and rifle hunts, and then you have youth hunts, and then you have champ hunts. The hard part is there's only so many dates, there's only so many times. So if you put a champ hunt in there before that, then you're backing up the archery dates, which makes the archery hunt probably a more successful hunt. More elk are going to get killed. Then you're backing up the rifle. I mean, I do agree that champ hunters need decent dates. Maybe the answer is to rotate through units or something. I mean, that's a
Yeah, kind of
that's
like maybe like they do on the early rifle hunt, where they do it in
Yeah.
one unit, and they do another unit, and they do another unit, and then
That's
so that'd be a good idea. But I think the way it's been in Arizona is they've only just issued champ hunts in a certain handful of units,
yeah,
and their units that just have a ton of elk. So
yeah.
hopefully, if that's a tag for you, you can get it, and you've got some good help.
Chris wants to ask what the most physical hunt is and least physical hunts. Most physical hunts are probably sheep hunts, you know, up in Alaska or Canada.
Least physical, Wyoming antelope.
Antelope period, I mean, most of the time you can,
Yeah.
you know, antelope hunts are fun hunts, but you have plenty of roads, plenty of access. I mean, that's not every antelope hunt, so
Yeah.
don't hammer me
Yeah,
for,
we've backpacked a few, but
yeah,
by and large, as a category, they are
yeah.
less physical.
Least physical Arizona hunt is
Squirrel.
Yeah,
As long as you've got a squirrel dog
big
to
game
chase
hunt.
them, yeah.
is that early cow hunt,
Mhm.
without a doubt. I'll be standing in the duck marsh. You'll hear a buggy drive by.
Yeah.
Bam! 5 minutes later, whole elk in the buggy,
Yeah.
in the truck. They got it done in under 15 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after.
which is
daylight.
awesome.
Yep. Any recommendations on Unit 8 early archery?
Yeah, get drawn. It's an awesome hunt.
It is, yeah. Get out there early before daylight, listen for bugles. There's a lot of elk at 8.
It's-
You're gonna find them.
Most of the units, I mean, if you want to talk about Arizona specific, here's the trick. Every single unit north of Phoenix has elk, and there's a potential for them all being big. Some of them have a lot of elk, some of them have a few elk, but every single unit north of Phoenix has elk, and in every single unit there could be big. You just never know. So
And if you have an 8 tag,
Just-
plan on hunting 17 days in a row. Get out there 3 days
Before it,
before, get your camp set up,
that's any early archery. Just enjoy the heck out of that 2
Yeah.
weeks and just
Yeah.
and be out there and pace yourself and move slow, move deliberate.
Yep.
Do most of your hunting in the
in the key hours.
in the key hours. That's all you need to do. You get a couple hours in the morning, you get a couple hours in the evening, and that's it.
Yep. And be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That's
It's
any-
hot.
Yeah, it can be hot in any of those units. And dry.
Do you think antler growth will be good this year? Brent wants to know.
Up north, we had a good winter.
Yeah. There's still plenty of feed and the bulls are looking good, so
Yeah, I mean, we have had definitely a delayed monsoon season. I think we've had three days of rain to date in the northern part of the state, whether it's scattered about, not just here in Flagstaff, but
yeah.
Chase and I were out in the woods this afternoon, and man, the grass is tall and green, and it's far from being crispy. So
How about, yeah, there's as much merit to that over the last 2 seasons.
who's killed the biggest buck? Mule deer buck, hands down, Kevin. Chase got close on his heels this year, but Kevin.
My wife.
Yeah, no, Chase's wife definitely killed the bigger deer. I think the only buddy bigger than that, maybe my dad, but we'll get there.
Have you guys ever done anything with RMEF? Just spent a lot of money at their banquets.
Yeah, bought a lot of cocktails, bought a lot of raffle tickets,
Yeah.
went home a little silly.
Yeah. Missouri having its first elk hunt this year. I don't know. That's pretty cool that Missouri has elk.
In the Ozarks?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I don't know much about it.
Well, you know they're going to be giants. They put all those stud breeder bulls in there, just
Yeah.
like Kentucky, just like Tennessee.
Yeah.
Nebraska too. I mean,
Nebraska too, yeah. The western stuff in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That should be cool. And I
think-
don't know how many tags did they give. Do you know?
I don't, but I
go
know they're
get one.
plains animals.
Yeah.
They're going to do better in the plains than they will out here.
Yep. Cheers, Melissa.
Well, let's do another
Missy,
short.
there you go.
Yeah. Dumped rain in Flagstaff. It sure did. It rained
Yeah.
yesterday and today. So.
Grab me a couple keeps, bud.
Um,
So, I think the other videos we really want to talk about, we hit on Utah, both types of hunts. Thank you, sir.
thank you.
New Mexico elk. I think a lot of people tease you and put on that you've had a lot of tags, but I've heard not a lot of people give credit to this. Chase and I talk about this all the time. I'd rather have one good elk tag. And Chase is the living, breathing results of he'd rather have a bunch of elk tags with the hope of making one awesome one.
Yep.
And I've had one good elk tag and I made money on it. Chase has had a bunch of elk tags and killed the biggest bull of his life, and giant bull, hard to top. But he's had that tag or tags like it or in adjacent units. They were definitely undesirable for a number of years.
Yeah.
And I think it's a testament to, if that's your goal, go often.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there's
it's
Yeah,
just,
you're gonna wait a lifetime, and you're gonna have nearly the same results as if you would draw it every 4 to 6 years,
if you
as
draw a
opposed to
medium
wait
unit,
12 to 14 years.
yeah, draw a medium unit as often as you can, instead of going for the cream of the crop. And so, cheers, bud. Big elk.
yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
buddy.
salute.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. He's right here, actually. Hang on.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh,
That one.
there we go.
He's giant. So,
That sucks that your bull was only 366. The win. Terrible.
Shit.
I thought you guys were killers.
Sam has 11 elk points in Arizona, and
not a sore subject.
he's gonna draw another
Gonna
tag,
draw.
and then I'm gonna get him on the bandwagon of drawing
Oh yeah,
tags.
draw every year.
Yeah.
I'm late archery elk for here on out for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I think that was cutting your cloth though.
Yeah,
You get one good elk in a lifetime, and then you go elk hunting.
Yeah.
yeah. So, 66 not good enough. Raghorn should let him pass.
How do you guys protect your legs from the chiggers? What are chiggers?
So
Don't
we
go to 6B.
Yeah, so we get ticks and no-see-ums, and honestly, most of Arizona doesn't have as bad a chiggers as other places in the world. So,
Yeah.
Texas, other places in the south, we don't have enough moisture to keep the sons of a guns alive. So,
No. Yeah, I
Um,
grew up with chiggers in Texas, and go back to Oklahoma and see my dad, and there's chiggers everywhere. Here, it's
I've seen, you see
You
a
get
very
wet. You
few.
get wet, grassy areas, and if you take a little siesta during the day when the elk shut down, and you lay down, you better be ready. Because
Yeah.
I've had them. I've had them from top to bottom of my back,
yeah.
and it was not good.
How many bonus points you guys have for bighorn sheep in Arizona? This guy doesn't have very many because he drew
I
a
burned
tag.
him. Yeah, I'm back up to 10 though.
Yeah,
10, 11.
I have 15, and I don't apply for any special units. It's just one of those things where there's only 90 tags or so, and there's
Yeah, it's
thousands of people applying. But what do you have?
I don't even know. I have a hunt consultant right here. He's my engineer. He's got everything
I'm
plotted
gonna-
out
I'll-
on an Excel spreadsheet, color coordinated, and I don't even know. I've got to be 12 to 14
I
somewhere in
think you're
there.
14ish.
How
Yeah.
many tags or points did Jay Woods have to get
I
this
think
tag?
Jay had 17. So, yeah, I know a lot of guys that draw on less than max, so don't hold that up. You got to apply every year. You got so many years to put your name in the hat. Put it in the hat.
Put it in the hat. Can't draw if you don't apply. What's the best mixed drink in your opinion?
Whiskey water.
Whiskey, water, and if you need a sweetness,
Whiskey and ice.
if you need a sweetness, whiskey with a little bit of ginger beer in it. Yep,
Yeah.
that's about it.
That's a summer. That's a summer
It's a
drink.
summer freshener, you know. But
Take a margarita every now and then.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, get
But-
sassy with the
That's
mamas.
gut rot to
But
me.
the best is whiskey.
Whiskey and ice.
Yeah, whiskey and ice. And then keys to build a successful YouTube hunting page.
Start 15 years ago,
That would help. That would have helped.
and be really good at it 15 years ago, because
Consistency.
Yeah.
Be consistent. Produce content. Get it out there. I'm new to this stuff. Nobody knows who I am.
yeah. Let's ask this
On the
question:
mountain project.
What makes you follow somebody?
I'm a consumer first, and then our wives became friends, and what I gravitated towards you guys was the consistency of just having relative content out when I needed it. Whether you're in the can or in the office in front of the computer when the boss isn't looking, everybody's consuming it.
Yeah.
And if there's enough to keep you engaged and it's relevant and you stay in your lane, you get it.
Yeah. Relevant as in you're looking for hunting content.
Exactly.
You're looking
I
for-
don't need it. You want one thing that I love about you guys. We don't see your kids.
Yeah.
We love our kids. Our kids are always behind the scenes, but we're hunters first, and you guys are hunters first. And so keep it relevant, keep it to the point, and be consistent.
Yeah. That's the main thing. If you're gonna build a page, you know,
Be real.
be passionate about something, be real. Don't just go out on a whim, just, I wanna do this. It's gotta be something that you have interest in and you have passion for. And then do your best to capture that in the best quality you can. You know, try to make it a little different than someone else's. And like Cornbread said, be consistent with it. You know, that's,
And don't script.
yeah,
Don't script it. Don't try to make a shot look a certain way,
yeah,
which is the beauty of Sam's videos and Chase's videos and everybody else's. It's real time and it's real words and it's real
And
emotions.
there's no back and like, hey, do that again.
No, we don't do that. It's all just off the cuff.
I'd love to
dumb
do that
stuff.
again, but I just missed, and he's gone, and we
But
can't.
just get up there, run your suck, make
Yep.
people feel the emotion, and
He's
you'll
hunting
get
New Mexico this
attention.
year.
You guys hunting New Mexico. I drew second archery tag this year.
Good for you, man. Is that
Trevor.
Trevor?
Yep.
Miho?
Armijo, yep. We're only hunting deer. A couple of us got deer tags. No elk tags. Hoping next month we're going antelope hunting, depending on what your governor says and your game and fish decides on non-resident hunters. But we have an antelope hunt planned with Bear Hide, one of our sponsors. But as far as draw tags, 3 of us have deer tags, and that's about it. Pretty stoked for you on that second archery tag.
The second archery ones.
here's to Josh. Spanish Espanol 101. COVID no bueno.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, second archery, man. You drew good. Any unit in the state's a good one. So
Yeah. Yep. Congrats on that. That's awesome.
let's see, is that it? We're caught up on questions.
I think we're caught up at this point, and we're
51 minutos in.
We're closing in on this hour.
Well, let's do a little quick one. What's the result of going to Alaska fishing? No go, right?
Cole and Melissa are
They're
going.
They're going. They're
Yep.
gonna make it
They're
work.
gonna get
so-
access, or are they gonna quarantine?
I think they're
So
gonna quarantine. So.
Terrible.
I
They
mean,
need a quarantine.
they
need
need to
a
get where they're,
quarantine.
but they need to get where they're going. So that's the
Yeah.
trick.
That's true.
yeah, the main thing, I think they have to take a test before they go, certain time frame before they go, and then
Yeah, that's something most folks don't think about right now. We've got a whole season of hunts planned, and COVID's going to change all of that potentially,
yeah,
and especially if they're in the early seasons.
right.
So I hope they're going to make that work.
Put in for the 20 archery bull sometimes.
Congrats on the 23 tag.
Yeah, it's a good one.
There's a lot of tags in there, but that's one of those units that can produce some big bulls.
Around some corner is a giant.
It's just a tough hunt.
Find the corner. Find the right corner to walk
The
around.
Yeah.
deepest canyon in the hottest area.
Yeah,
On the shady side.
pretty decent draws on that hunt. You know, you got a couple units in the state where some of the bigger bulls come from, and they have a fair number of late archery tags, and they are drawable tags. But most people don't realize how hard that hunt is.
I mean, it's the same, like, take Unit 9. Unit 9's hands down giant bulls.
Yeah.
Nobody in the world's gonna say Unit 9 doesn't have giant,
Yeah.
world-class bulls. The late rifle hunt in that unit, holy moly.
It's miserable.
Miserable.
Yeah.
There's not-
I'd rather have almost any other unit
There's
than
one glassing hill in the whole freaking place, and you can't see that much from it, so.
I had an old rancher tell me up there one time. He goes, "You know what you do? You grab a 30-30 open sight."
And walk through the
And he
woods.
goes, you walk through the juniper jungles, and he goes, you shoot them from the hip.
That's right.
I'm like, you kidding me?
No, that's how you
How
kill
do you
big
kill
elk.
anything in there?
Let's see.
This guy drew Unit 1 archery.
Oh, baby.
Nice.
Lucky.
Is that hunting Arizona?
Yep. He says our elk hunts have him pumped. Can't wait. Any tips? Well,
Dude, you got one of the best tags in the state
Yeah,
also,
man.
so go enjoy it.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's an easy one.
number one, enjoy it and take it seriously, man. I mean, if you can, go scout.
Be up early.
Be
And
up
not
early.
early just to hunt, but early to listen, early to be in
Yeah.
the right country.
Reverse hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get as much homework done in between
Midnight.
midnight and 3 a.m. as you will all day.
Yeah. Unit 1 is a beautiful place. I
It's
mean,
nice they've reduced the tag numbers there, so the tag got harder to draw. Good for you. Probably
Yeah.
burned some points.
Yep.
Is that
Congrats.
partly because of walleye fire?
I don't know, I mean, they
I think it's
jacked up,
management.
they
too.
jacked up the points, or jacked up the tags, and then over a few years, it's come back down, and so I think
Yeah.
it's better hunting when the tags are down, but it's harder to draw, so.
The thing is with, and we've said it several times, the thing is with early archery elk hunts in Arizona, they don't come often enough, so take advantage of it. For all of us sitting back here, we're jealous of you.
Yeah, way jealous.
We wish we had the tag. Please just make the most of it.
Yeah, here's a little
Please.
tasty tidbit right here. Check this out. If y'all are from out of state and you want to experience a Arizona rut elk hunt, draw a bunch of archery cow tags and then come hunt
I just experienced
and
it.
experience, because you'll get those big bulls slobbering in your face and you still get a hunt, and you're probably going to get a hunt 4 to 5 times more than the guy that holds out, like my best friend
Yep,
and
yeah,
our close contact. He's waiting out for this unicorn when he could be elk hunting cows every 5 to 6 years, and you're going to get the same experience. You're not going to get to kill the horns, but you're going to get to hunt.
bugling
Yeah.
bulls in your face.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
that experience is something else for sure.
I think the guys that have the tag that they waited 20 years for probably wish that the cow hunt wasn't the same time, but it is, and it's awesome. I mean, you can go be in the same woods, doing the same thing, watching giant bulls. Don't even draw a cow hunt. Just come. I mean, not that we need more people in the woods, but just
It's
Just
going to
go-
happen whether
just
we like it
just
or
go
not.
try it. Just go
Yeah.
be in the woods in any unit in the state.
Yeah.
It's got elk. And
If I were coming here and didn't have local knowledge, I would pay an outfitter to give me a 5-day run.
3A, 3C archery, same thing as Unit 1, man. Just
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Yep, you've got a reservation on the border, and it's a beautiful unit.
Chock full of elk.
3 days prior, you have to take the test.
for
Yep.
access, yeah.
Yep, that's what we were talking about. They have to take the test 72 hours ahead of time. This guy, Quechua, I was on a 23 North archery hunt last year, and it was the most amazing hunt I've ever been on. Not being a tag holder, but just being able to be there was unreal. Yep.
Point
I'd say
proven in what I
talking
just said.
Yep,
I'd say-
exactly.
The thing about it, when you're the tag holder, you carry so much stress and so much like
Pressure.
pressure and all this. Pretend you're not the tag holder. Pretend that you're just another guy hunting with your buddy,
Yeah.
because that's what you need to do to enjoy it. And
Yeah, or if you're putting together an elk hunt,
Yeah.
get you 2 or 3 guys, 4 or 5 guys, whatever it takes, and hope to get one tag and everybody goes.
Yep, that's the way we do it. Everybody wants to know why we have so many people going on hunts. That's because only one of us gets drawn at a time.
Yeah. Yep.
See.
Is that spam or what do those read?
No, I'm not familiar with that, Aaron. I have to check it out.
Must be a different channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're about to hit that hour mark.
Yep. About to hit the hour. The strategy in our group of friends, family has always been to apply separate.
Yep.
Just we all get to go.
That's exactly what you just said.
That's what we do.
Yeah,
Take 5 guys, put in.
You know,
Somebody gets drawn, go.
sure. And then if you, instead of doing your group tag, you like that percentage of the, instead
yeah.
of doing a 4-person, you get the third, you get the
Yeah.
second, you get the first. You increase it. I don't know what the
Yeah.
percentage is.
We're talking about archery elk hunting, but here's one thing. We had a guy comment the other day on Tara's sheep hunt.
Yeah.
So sheep hunts are so freaking hard to come by.
There's
And
2 tags in that
There's
unit.
2 tags in the unit, and it's one of those units where she has a lot of family and a lot of friends, us
I
included.
mean, her family alone is
And-
10 people.
Yeah, so we have this, and it's we have this tag, and there's a whole group of us out there, and we're all having fun, all glassing, and this guy comments something about how, you know, oh, you guys ruined it, and this, that, and the other. It's like, does that guy not have any friends? I mean, maybe he doesn't understand
The value of the once in
value
a
of
lifetime.
once in a lifetime hunt. You you know, to each their own on that, and maybe he's just a solo hunter and wants to do that, but.
Well, the problem with this
but-
platform is though, is we expose ourselves. You
Yeah.
expose yourself.
Show the worst of
Damn
it.
him.
Yeah.
In sorry New Mexico, sorry Utah,
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
6B.
sorry 6B, but 6B is always sorry.
Yeah.
But either way, we expose it, and you're right. We're gonna show some things. There's still opportunity.
But we do this as a group, as I mean, it's camaraderie. It's we all come together for these tags, and we celebrate these tags. If there was someone that didn't want people on our tags, we're not going to pressure that. But the thing is tags are so hard to come by that we celebrate them as a group, and we try to help where we can, and
We want to make it the best possible.
We make the most of it. So
Half the crew on Tara's hunt, I mean, she had the kids there. We had a bunch of other kids there.
yeah,
Half the people there were staying in camp cooking and watching from 2 miles away.
yeah. And
Yeah,
half-
you can't
half of them-
discredit her. She worked her tail off.
Oh, she
Yeah.
worked her ass off for sure, and you know that's it. We found a lot of sheep, and she hiked her ass up the mountain, and she made it work, and
Picked one. Yeah.
she found a great ram.
And she
Um,
waited a lifetime.
And she did. She had 25 points. You know.
Yeah.
Use the maximum.
And had she not killed, Lance would have killed her.
Yeah. So exactly. So,
Or at least cut her ponytail off.
but I mean, we don't. I mean, we get all kinds of comments on YouTube, but you know, I just wanted to bring up that that's why we do things as a group. It's a family.
Takes a tribe.
It's so much fun. So
Takes a tribe on the other end too. We go on a hunt. Chase draws a tag. He's leaving his kids at home. I'm gonna go on the tag, so all of a sudden I leave my kids at home. We have a tribe for a reason because
Yeah,
of
we
all of
have-
our
now we
wives
have 3 moms watching all the kids while
and
everybody's
giving each
hunting.
other a break and not and half the time they come with us and hang out in camp and
you know,
they just it gives that many more people and more eyes and more help. Like
Yeah.
a little bit of help doing anything, including washing dishes, hunting, or watching the kids. It's
Yeah,
all
the,
help.
the
It's all
depicted hours to the kill is not accurate to the video.
yeah.
No, I
Never.
mean the
Never.
average YouTube
Yeah.
like says that if we put something up that's over 20 minutes, people aren't going to watch it. So
Yeah, and meanwhile, we all have an old hide at home and a couple of kids just doing this.
none of us called old hide, only him.
My wife knows.
All right.
Tara's hunt was awesome.
Thanks,
Yes, it was.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that.
All right.
All right. Well,
That's-
I think
Is
we're-
that it?
we're a little over an hour, so we're gonna wrap it up.
Alrighty. Hey, Mountain Project,
Yep.
cooler than canned beer.
How do we stop this thing?
Is it hotter than donut grease?
Hotter than donut grease.
God, I was just up there getting burned.
Literally, how do
I
you
needed-
stop it?
I needed